Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. And welcome to another episode of Glass Half Full, a podcast and a safe platform where we talk with a variety of teachers, entrepreneurs, spiritualists, uplifters, givers, shakers, and serenaders. Everyone has a lesson to learn and a lesson to share. Let's use our life experiences to enrich someone's heart, mind, spirit, and soul. Through sharing our experiences, we can be a learning inspiration for one another. I'm your host, Chris Levins. Let's welcome today's guest. Today's guest is Dr. April Brown. Dr. April Brown is the doctor of intimacy. She is a certified relationship and sex therapist, licensed counselor, author, and podcast host that specializes in couples counseling through Gottman, intimacy and sex therapy, relationship trauma through EMDR, anxiety, depression, and emotional support animals. She has a thriving private practice called Cape Coral Therapists, a couples retreat business called Vacation Counseling in Florida and Costa Rica, and a podcast called Bringing Intimacy Back. She is the author of Improving Intimacy series books on Amazon and the creator of Intimacy Quizzes. Dr. April's mission is to increase intimacy for all. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. April Brown.
Yes, thank you, Chris, for having me on the show. I'm so excited.
Yes, good morning to you. Thank you so much for taking some time out to be a guest here on Glass Half Full. We're so happy to have you. Yes. Can you tell everyone where you are in the world and what time it is, please?
So it is 9:05, and I'm in beautiful Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, nice. I can't say I've ever been there, but I've been to Florida. Nice. You guys get it's warm still, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just started pulling out stuff here, so it's like jackets and things for the weather changing. Nice, nice, nice. Well, thank you again for having some time today. We're going to jump right on in. I like to ask all my guests this first question. I believe that our lives are in spiritual design. Can you share your life layout or blueprint with everyone? How you grew up, where, your family lifestyle?
Oh, okay. Yes. And I do believe that spiritually has played a big role in my family. So I was born in a military family in Seattle, Washington. And we moved around quite a lot. But my family home base from my original father, who passed away because he was a Vietnam vet and a lot of other stuff that happened, and my mom and then my stepfather, they're all from Charleston, South Carolina. So that's where I spent most of my early childhood. I grew up in a family that is Catholic. I'm African American, and I went to basically all white Catholic schools most of my life. In my high school years, we moved to Florida, and I, of course, went to Catholic school there. Then I went to a school called Florida State up in Tallahassee, which I love.
Yes.
And I majored in business because I'm pretty good with numbers, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was working in accounting. Actually, I moved to Atlanta after college. And I was working as an accountant for Domino's, doing a lot of stuff, working extra long hours. And I had a spiritual awakening, I guess. God spoke to me about doing something different. And he spoke to me, take time off and to start to raise a family and to do something different. And I was like, God, I just don't know. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, think about being a counselor. I was like, I don't know if I like people. But I put my faith in God, and I decided to just do what he told me to do. It's thy will be done. And I've been a therapist ever since, which I love. So I'm back in Florida. I moved back in Florida probably about 20-some years ago. Started a private practice back in 2005 and worked as a school counselor, college counselor, and started my little tiny private practice. And then in 2016, decided to go full-time in private practice. Um, at the time, I was doing children, adolescent, Christian counseling, and then also God talked to me again about doing intimacy and sex. And I said, God, I don't know. You tell me about this Christian counseling. I don't know, but of course, I decided to do as He says, and so that's how I'm where I am today, in a sense. Yeah.
Wow. 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 And so how long have you been doing the intimacy section of your work? For how many years?
Since 2017.
Okay. And do you
Yes.
feel this is it? This is your niche?
Well, this is my niche. Yes, yes, yes. And when I look at intimacy, so I went for sex therapy, of course, and they teach us a lot about that. And but God also wanted me to focus just more, not just only on sex, but just the overall of intimacy,
Hmm.
which is intimacy, you see, being fully present. And that's with a partner. That's with, I say I have a series of books. That's with your children. That's even out there in community. Many times we're so distracted by so many different things, or we're worrying about things in the future, which causes a lot of anxiety and stuff, or we've got trauma or stuff in the past,
Hmm.
but we're hardly ever fully present. And when you're fully present in your own body, at that self intimacy, and then that spiritual intimacy of knowing your purpose, and then that intimacy of being connected to someone.
Hmm.
Wow, Chris, that's the magic there.
So what would you say the definition is of intimacy is what?
It's truly being, number one, fully present and aware. And that's even in your own self,
Hmm. Wow.
you know? Then also being vulnerable,
Hmm.
so that people can see the authentic self. And that also you could see that other person's authentic self.
Hmm. Nothing is hidden. Everything just exposed. It's the raw deal, the real deal, as they say.
Yes.
So why do
Yes.
you think it's so hard for people to talk about sex and or intimacy?
Well, it's become like a taboo, you know, um,
Hmm.
even though it's been here from day one. The creator,
It has.
uh, created this in us, not only to produce, children, but also for pleasure. So for some reason, it's like, we can't talk about it. It's a dirty secret, but it's life.
Hmm.
And it's something we should talk about because, especially in the sense of an intimate relationship with a partner, each person's body is different. So you have to talk about it. You have to talk about what your likes, what your dislikes, what your boundaries are. Those things are important.
Yes.
Um, yeah. And it's not only just talking about the physical aspect, but the juice of all that is really that emotional piece.
Hmm. I agree. I think that, this is compared to people sleeping together the first time or dating for a little while without sleeping together. When it does happen, you've kind of built up some type of emotion and connection with them. And it's kind of like puts it over. People are like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's going to be, compared to just maybe having that one night, which could, but you're not getting a chance to really find out who people are. So there's only a certain level that you can receive, that they can give you and that you can receive from them. So,
Right, exactly.
wow, nice. How many types of intimacy are there?
Oh, wow. There's a lot. So most people know about, the sex and sexual intimacy is one type of physical intimacy, but a lot of people understand physical intimacy and touch, and that
Mhm.
emotional intimacy, which is being able to express your emotions and being able to, have them validated. And of course, communication and intimacy and
Mm.
sharing and talking. But there's also activities intimacy, you know,
Activities.
being yes, going and doing things together.
Oh,
With kayaking, whether
Yes.
it's dancing, yeah, aesthetic intimacy, which means you and your partner looking at a beautiful waterfall.
Wow.
Yes, yes, there's a variety of different types of intimacy. Conflict intimacy. How do you two actually really solve problems? How do you solve a conflict? Of course, one of the big ones is financial intimacy,
Wow.
that connection with
With money.
resources, money. Yes, yes, yeah, which is a whole nother, yeah, which is very definitely important. You
Wow.
know, that work intimacy, you know, being truly, connected to the services and products you provide, being able to talk to your coworkers, all of that. That parental or intimacy within a family, how you connect with your children,
Hmm.
it's critical.
Wow, I never
That
thought of that.
service intimacy out there in the community,
Mm-hmm.
giving back. And of course, spiritual intimacy, connecting with God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, my mind is blown. Wow, wow. I mean, I would have never even thought over half of those that you touched upon, and I would have
Yes.
never put them in with the word intimacy. Wow.
Yeah.
But it makes sense when you explained it. I get it, but I just never thought about it that way. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. So you have clients coming in with all kinds of things. You're working with all kinds of people that are dealing with emotional or financial or all of that kind of stuff as well.
Oh, yes. 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 Yeah. People that come in, they just cannot connect, or they're having a hard time. The other intimacy, I totally forgot to mention that whole process, which is one of the most important, of course, is self.
Hmm.
You know, that self intimacy. I see a lot. The sad thing is, I see a lot of people who are not intimate with themselves. Like they have these negative thoughts about
Oh, they're
themselves,
not
and
really loving themselves. Hmm.
yeah, and I don't know if you know, but you cannot divorce yourself. You can be with yourself. Yeah.
I never heard it put like that, but you're right. You stuck with self.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Wow. Wow. So there's a lot. There's a lot. So can I ask you, if the sex and intimacy are dead, is the relationship over?
If the sex, no, not necessarily. So,
Okay, help us on
sex,
this one, because there's a lot of people
okay,
that are here.
yes, 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 yes. Sex can be dead for a lot of reasons. You know, um, it could be a medical thing as people get older.
Hmm.
Something doesn't work, and I'm talking about people that are my age or maybe a little bit younger or older. That something doesn't work, and there's of course medication and things to help. And if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's that one part. But sex can also be dead because of people not communicating and talking,
Mm.
and that emotional piece. Because for some people, um, and for gender purpose, sometimes a little bit more in women, sex is very emotional.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what gets, for some people, excited. It's not so much about the abs and all the butts and all that and the, breasts and all that, but
Hmm.
it's the emotion.
Yes.
And so when they feel their emotional needs are being met, they kind of shut down. You know what I'm saying? Or they
Hmm.
go to one side of the bed, or or they, it's like not now, or they just the worst is when you just lay there. That's the worst.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh. Mm.
yeah, that's really the worst. Yeah, and which can cause more trauma. So it's in helping breaking down that wall of what's going on.
Hmm.
Why, as a couple, you guys aren't able to communicate and talk, and sometimes on the flip side, maybe the person's been too busy, too stressed, a variety of other things that can happen to, have intimacy stop. So that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, it's sometimes intimacy stops because we get in our head too much.
Okay.
Yeah, we start to we're so excited about X, Y, or Z, and we're coaching ourselves. Like there's like this coach that says, are you pleasing your partner? Are you doing this right? Oh my gosh, is my body to, X, Y, or Z or to whatever, it's this coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you're sitting there thinking about, am I doing things right? How do I look? All this kind of stuff. You kind of left the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Your mind is somewhere else. And then what happens for some people, they get how can I put it? They get nervous or anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that affects body parts.
Yes, it does. Yes.
It's what we call performance anxiety.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I have had younger people, that people that have, that are older that come in and they think they have, ED or whatever, but it's really just a performance anxiety.
Mm-hmm. And ED is erectile deficiency. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mind and the heart and the penis are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if your mind has gone somewhere else, or even if for some people, even if they sometimes even, sad to say, have ADD or ADHD and their mind goes, just
Drifts
somewhere
off.
else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So just because the sexual intimacy is not there is many ways to bring it back. And sometimes it's not there because trauma has happened.
Mm-hmm.
There is a philosophy and book and a theory that the body keeps score. So the body remembers everything. Mm. So let's say you've had a great time, yada, 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 but then your body is triggered and it shuts down at a certain spot.
Okay.
And then from then on, it's shut down all the way. That is something that we can work through.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Have you ever dealt with clients like this?
Oh, yes. I deal a lot with clients like that. Yes.
Do you find that this is happening? You did mention a little bit for the younger, but is this something that's happening to the older, more adult?
Yes.
And are we saying over 40?
Over 40, over 50.
Oh, okay.
50, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a way, even if, because the other aspect of the medical aspect, whether it's menopause, hormonal changes of birth control, or for some people, or women in particular, it hurts. Mm-hmm. There's different pelvic floor exercises. There are different ways to help females and other people so that it doesn't hurt or that they do become more aroused. It's also, knowing your body. What you like when you were 21, it changes.
So true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And intimacy and even sexual intimacy. So when I really help people and couples with sexual intimacy, really look at it more as play. Okay. I don't know if you remember when you were younger and you just played with your, regular toys with your friends, you were fully just playing. You weren't worrying about shit.
It's true.
Stuff.
It's so true. No, it's fine. Yeah. It's true.
Just, just having fun. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I try to help and to alleviate the pressure, because sometimes that bedroom, depending what's happening in there, the arguments that happen, stuff has happened, that could be a pressure cooker at some point.
And the energy is left in there from what's been going down or what hasn't been going down. So it's, you're right. It's probably not the place that we're going to fix it.
Right. And you mentioned another good word that sometimes energy. Mm-hmm. So good intimacy, good sexual intimacy requires energy. So sometimes these things are shut down because there's no energy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Where people are working, 70, 80 hours and, are like roommates and then they're wondering why, you know.
And for some people, sometimes one partner is okay with this. They're
Hmm.
okay with feeling like, I'm good. I don't need to be touched. I'm happy just going along and doing, and some cultures as well, find this to be something that happens naturally as they get older, that we just become really best friends. And, that part of the sexual part just disappears,
Hmm.
and we continue on and still live grand and happy lives. And nothing is missed at all. So I guess it's a case by case, on happening. But I've heard both ways, as well as living internationally, that, other cultures doing things differently. Because for us,
Right,
sometimes when the sex is dead as an American, you're getting a divorce. You know what I mean? Like
right.
somebody's cheating, like there's a whole story that's going along with what's going to happen. So it's just, it's just different.
Right, right. And you're exactly right that for some couples, if one partner still wants it, the other says no, and they work out an arrangement
Mm-hmm.
where the other partner can look at other avenues to get their sexual needs fulfilled. And they're fine with that. And that requires good communication intimacy.
Hmm. You're right. I like that. Avenues. That was nicely put. Nicely put. So I want to go
Yeah.
back a little bit and talk about self-intimacy, because I feel that it's huge, because if we are not able to work with ourselves, love ourselves, please ourselves in various ways, we're not going to be able to give that to anybody else. So I want to ask you, how can I increase intimacy in my life as a single individual?
Oh, awesome. The great question.
Thank
Well,
you.
I do have on my website in personal intimacy questionnaire
Mm-hmm.
that goes over all the different types of intimacy and how you feel that you do well and books on that. But the first thing really is awareness. It's knowing yourself. Um, for and especially in America, for one particular gender, they're not. How can I put it? Some people don't even know what they like, or
Hmm.
have never really looked at their intimate parts.
Yes, this is
Um,
quite surprising as well.
yes,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So then they expect their partner to know how to please them
Mm-hmm.
when they haven't even looked and stuff. So number one, of course, awareness and know your body.
Yes.
Yes. Number two, of course, it's just stop saying negative things to yourself because it just destroys every other form of intimacy.
Mm.
You got to be on your own. You got to be on your own team. Okay. Just say you're a work in progress. Okay.
Nice.
Number three, it's okay to try things.
Hmm.
Try something. If you don't like it, don't ever do it again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but get yourself out of these boxes and try different things or even try new experiences because unless you try something you don't know if you truly like it or not like it or there even the sense of the experience.
That's so true.
That's really really important and for you to be able to talk about sex or intimacy. Some people can't even say the word. So if you can't even
So
say the
true.
word, yes,
You're right. You're so right.
yeah, start reading books and stuff. So read them out loud so you can say the word, so you can have that conversation.
Hmm.
Yeah, and know your boundaries.
That is huge. That is huge, knowing your boundaries. Knowing yourself is definitely huge, but knowing your boundaries is very important. Very, very important.
Right, right, right. So if you're trying something and it just you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to say stop. No, you know, yeah, that's okay. That's you. Yeah, you don't have to be like anyone else. You got to be okay in your own skin and what you like. We're all different.
Mm, so true. So true. And I think that it's important to communicate. It should be fun. I'm laughing. There's moment, it shouldn't be. I always thought when I was a kid that sex was so serious, you know. And I realized for myself that it's not, it's a good time, but it's like we can have laughs. We could, like there's communicating in there from one person to the other. And if the other person isn't a good communicator, asking questions that equal yes or no is easy,
Right.
where it just puts them into a place where I am able to communicate and they can just answer yes or no.
Exactly.
So communication is huge. I mean, outside the bedroom, of course, as well, but inside as well, because a lot of times we don't have to be put through the things that we're doing in there and having bad experiences because we couldn't open our mouths to really say we didn't enjoy or
Right. Right. And to just lay there and say, well, I'll just have to take it. It's your partner can feel it, number one.
Yes.
And yes, and you're doing damage to your body. Number two.
Yeah, this is it. I just say stop. Just stop. Just stop.
Yes.
Wow. Such good stuff. So there was the 3: awareness, stopping the negative talk. It's okay to try things. Was there something else? Have fun.
Oh, and have fun. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And actually, the other intimacy that you talked about just a minute ago that I forgot to mention is humor.
Oh.
Laugh. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know how you connect and laughter? And play and funny or watching I don't know, sitcoms or comedians or doing I do improv a lot. Or
do you?
Improv or whatever. Yes, I do, yes.
Oh, so wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's that creative laughter, humor.
It's true. The people that you can laugh with, you remember who you laugh with, who that joy of laughing and that bellied over laughter where the stomach hurts and stuff. Like, yeah, you're right. There is a connection with that.
There is definitely a connection. And then the other one, so one of the main sex organs in the body is the brain. So that intellectual intimacy. Yes. Some people are, when you connect with someone who gets you intellectually.
I've had that experience. It's like you're things are happening, but your clothes are on and you're just talking. It's like, I've had the experience once in my life. Yeah, it is something to like, I just like, how is this happening? Yeah, but we were at the same wavelength. You're right. I've forgotten about that. Wow.
Yeah. And then if you take that and actually put that in the bedroom, wow.
Yeah, this is it. The stars in the galaxy. Yes. Oh, wow. Nice. Ooh, a lot of great information. I want to ask you, what is vacation counseling? We talked about it in the opening, but like, can you give us a little deeper dig into it? And, how is it different in Florida and Costa Rica? The people are different. Is it, give us a little taste about it.
Yes. So as I've been talking about all these types of intimacies, vacation counseling is an opportunity to experience all these type of intimacies. And the reason why I call it vacation counseling, and I do it, it's basically a retreat business where you can come to Florida, or I've done them in Costa Rica, and you actually work on all these intimacies in a fun manner where you can feel like you're still having a vacation. Yeah. So on the very exclusive package, we deal with one couple at a time. So you come, Peter, Florida. We stay in a beautiful vacation rental by the water and all that. And you and your partner are having basically a nice vacation, and myself and a few other therapists, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three of us, we come to you and we come to your vacation rental, and we provide about 16 to 24 hours of therapy, intense
Wow.
therapy. Okay. So you may think, oh my gosh, are we sitting around talking that whole time? That would bore me to death too. No, we're going to talk, of course. We're going to get down to some stuff, but we're also going to play.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I do a lot of, whether it's with Legos, balls, the pool. We do a lot of play to discuss a variety of different things, even psychodrama. Do some psychodrama.
Wait, what's a psychodrama?
Psychodrama type of therapy is like you're pretending to be, or you pretending to be the younger self talking to the older self, or I'm going to be your mom. We do a lot of different things
Okay.
to help heal people.
Okay. Now, are the people clothed? Are they taking their clothes off?
No, everybody's clothed.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
clothed.
I was just like, how intimate is it getting for the couples? Okay.
Everything is closed. Yes. I do provide a sexual intimacy sessions that we talk about sex.
Okay.
A variety of different ways. Talk about what you like and don't like.
Okay. So that's a separate.
Yeah, that's part in the vacation counseling, but I leave you to be. I let you guys talk about it, give you a gift about different things, but I will let you two have your intimate moments by yourselves.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense. And easier, of course. And so how often are these retreats happening? It's like an intensive.
Yes. I do them once a month.
Oh, once a month. Wow. Okay.
Yes. I also, in Costa Rica, also here. In Costa Rica, we do a lot of zip lining. We go on the beach. Here we do some beach and boating and dancing. So we do a variety of different activities.
Okay. Now, what if I'm a single person? Am I excluded from this experience?
No. We have single people who come, who want to just get away and learn more about themselves. Okay. So we teach them how to play. Okay. Basically. Yes.
Okay. Nice. Now, in Costa Rica, because of the space, are you dealing more with Latin people there?
No. Actually, it's mostly Americans. I've had some Canadians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do it at a Peace Retreat Center, which we add in yoga, which is wonderful.
Yes, it is. Yes. It's so good.
Yeah. But you're out there in nature. You're, with the monkeys and the birds and stuff. Nice. Yeah.
Now that sounds great. And when you're able to reconnect yourself back in that type of place, when you're leaving all the electronics and things, the mind is able to really clear, and you can really be more present, and just really focused without the outside noise, that I like to call it, that is invading our lives in the world that we live. So, wow, that sounds exciting.
Yes.
You are busy. Yes. Wow, every month? Wow.
Well, not every month in Costa Rica, but every month, I am somewhat busy, yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And then tell us about the Bringing Intimacy Back. I love that title.
Oh, okay, yes.
Let's tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Yeah, yes. That started way back, right when I started into this field of intimacy back in 2018. Mm-hmm. And it's a podcast. It's a live podcast now that I do every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. And I have professionals come on and talk about intimacy in a variety of different ways, whether it's creative things like being intimate with food,
nice.
Versus, what was yesterday's topic? Oh, let it be. the dating theory,
Mm.
how that how that is and dealing with intimacy. And so, yeah, a variety of different stuff.
Okay, that sounds cool. I love it.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And so also because of that show, it's made me really think of how to have more resources. So on that show and on my website, I also have these intimacy quiz, personal, like I said, and relationship intimacy.
Hmm.
So you can take one of these quizzes to see, how am I on all these different forms of intimacy? And then I have books online to show you how to get better at those intimacies.
Which is
So,
the book series,
yeah, which is the book series of
Improving
Improving.
Intimacy.
Yeah, that's out there on Amazon.
Yes. Wow, I love it. You've covered a lot. You're touching everything. This is what we need.
Oh,
I
I'm
think the
trying
tool,
to.
well, you're doing. I think it's important to have tools that people can have tools in their toolbox. Everyone, we can't learn everything, but at least if you can have a few tools to be able to navigate a situation, I think that is the most important. And so you're giving all these resources where we're able to really have a chance to, find these tools that we can use in our toolbox. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. I wanted to ask you, how can busy couples maintain a healthy sex life?
Mm. So, for some couples who are so busy, and they schedule their doctor's appointments and they schedule time to see me. For some couples, I say that they do have to schedule. Okay, now when you schedule intimacy, it doesn't mean that it's going to be boring because it's like schedule, but what it means is I've set time aside. Now, what happens in that time aside can be very creative, spontaneous, but I know that this time, this is the time that I've set to be intimate with my partner, which means for some busy couples, they have to save energy. You know what I'm saying? Cannot come home and they've given every energy thing, how can I put it? So another way I put it is we all know about customer service and how to be, nice to our customers.
Hmm.
But our number one client really should be our partner. Our
Mm,
number one client
I
really
like
should
that.
be our partner. That's how we should really show some good customer service. So we hold the door, say, nice, thank you, ma'am, and stuff. But then sometimes when we come home, we have like given out everything and we're just like a bear. You know what I'm saying? Slamming things and all that. We wouldn't do that at our job. So, but you have to remember your partner's with you for life.
Hmm.
These people, customers, I mean, they're nice and they give you money, but you may never see them again.
So true.
So, yeah, yeah. So when you schedule it, that means I need to save energy. I cannot give my job everything. Yeah, I need to save something for home. So that's one way of definitely doing. Number two is it should not always be on one person to initiate
Thank you
because
on that. Yes, yes.
that gets overwhelming. That gets kind of boring. That gets
Yeah.
kind of yeah. Every partner wants to feel wanted.
Hmm.
So if for some reason you guys have a hard time in that concept and it cannot be organic, I have to tell couples, well, why don't you have the first part of the week? That person has the second part. I know it sounds ridiculous, but
Oh, that is it's funny to hear out loud for sure. Wow. But if it helps them get into play, then hey, these are the tools we need for our toolbox. So I get it.
yes, yes, yes. And then the other thing is sometimes you have to sign up for classes of some sort.
Hmm.
If for some reason you guys are so busy and you like put things off, then sign up for a group of dance classes or a group of improv classes with your partner or painting or whatever.
Hmm.
Because sometimes people only show up if they know that, people outside their house are, they're paying for something.
That's
Yeah.
true. I never thought about that, but
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But it's important. And busy couples, I mean, you've got to really think. It's in a family, it's like a business in some aspect. The top has to be strong.
Hmm.
If the top isn't strong, everything else goes underneath will go become weaker and weaker, and the little ones will take over the house. You don't want a house run by children or do everything for the children and not take care of yourself.
Which is a
It is,
lot of families are doing this, especially the younger generations where it's,
yeah,
they are more pleasing the kids, you're getting their way and telling the parents what they want. And so, yeah, you're right. The
right.
top needs to be strong.
Yes, yeah. And it's okay to um, have a vacation and go away with your partner and leave the kids.
Hmm.
It's okay because that needs to happen. The kids are going to be fine.
Hmm.
You two need to be on the same page.
You're right.
But you're right. So many people just do everything for their kids, and which is not a good thing because kids need to learn no, that's important, and kids need to learn about struggle because life's not going to be giving them everything in life.
That is so true.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Don't get me.
Well, speaking about parents and kids, do you have any advice for parents who, how do they make time when they have the small kids sleeping in the bed with them?
Mm,
I've found
mm,
that this was a big thing with some friends where, this had happened where the kid was, sleeping in the bed. And so they weren't able to do anything because the child was in the bed. Um,
right, right. It's it's the boundaries. It's
okay.
teaching your kid how to sleep by themselves. Sometimes when they're really, really little, there's that bassinet that you can put, or whatever crib
Hmm.
beside the bed instead of, in the bed. Um, when you are adjusting a child outside of your bedroom, or outside of your bed, they are going to cry. They will. I mean, that's just what's going to
Hmm.
happen. It's
Yeah.
yeah, they're going to have a fit. The only way they won't have a fit is, and if you wait for them to leave, so you think, well, let me wait till they leave. Okay, well, that's going to be when the hormones start, when they're 10,
Well,
11,
this is
12.
it. And sometimes the kids aren't leaving, but they're still old enough to feel like you should be sleeping in your own bed.
I
Like
know, just keep on. They're
you
not
can
going to
you can
leave till
write your
like
name
12
and
or
your
13.
telephone number and address. Like you should be.
Right. Exactly. They're not going to leave till they're 12 or 13. And you don't want to get them so trained to always have someone in their bed because then that leads to other problems later on in life.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So it's okay for your kids to cry and say, no, they don't want to. Um, you're, it has to be that adjustment. But sometimes people use this as an excuse because they don't want to be connected with their partner. You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
Hmm.
They have kids in the bed, dogs, cats, all these things. Yeah. I was in one session, and I guess the woman had like 17 pillows. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So there's something deeper when you have these things in the bed. It's like you're saying to your partner, I really don't want to connect, and we need to figure out why.
Hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get down to it. Let's talk about it.
Mhm.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that breakdown as well.
Yes.
I'd like to play a little fill in the blank if we can.
Okay. Okay.
I'll just read it and then you just give your answer and however you're feeling for the answer. I'm happiest
Okay.
when I.
And with my partner name is JP. When we're very intimate in dancing and creative play.
Oh, nice. Nice. The strength I'm most proud of is.
My ability to truly, authentically listen
Mm.
and be empathetic.
Wow, nice. Nice. I'm hardest on myself when I.
Hardest on myself, I guess now, It's this whole social media advertising, marketing the business is probably where I'm hardest on myself at the moment.
Oh, okay. Okay. Meaning doing it or having to do it?
Yeah, having to do more uh posts and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
PR.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. It is a lot, right? It's a lot. And if you want to
It
be
is.
on top, you have to keep putting updates. You have to keep doing it's a lot. It's a
It
lot.
is.
So I get you. I get you on that. Um let's see, next one. When I feel down,
When I feel down, um I like to snuggle or be close. Either, yeah, I like to be close. Physical touch,
hmm.
it's probably my love language. So that's what I probably go towards when I'm down. Or the other aspect, if I don't have anyone, it's in the middle of the day, I'll go get it. It's a weakness of mine. Happy Meal from McDonald's.
Oh, that's so cute. What kind are you getting? Tell us.
Hamburger, Happy Meal, and I don't like the apples. I have desire of no apples, and I just want the straight fries and a little hamburger and a little toy.
I was about to say, what are happening with the toys? Are you keeping them?
No, I do kind of give them away and stuff. Yeah, my grandmother used to spoil me with Happy Meals, so and I
Oh.
know you don't really digest in your system, and so I say, God, leave, and I die. It's probably going to be a million Happy Meals in there.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah.
Well, at least you were happy. That's what matters. We all gonna
Yes,
leave.
it
We all gonna go. So, yeah.
does.
I love that.
Yes.
That's great. I long for.
Ah, I love to, which is why I started vacation counseling. I long to travel more.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and with that, I can travel more and do counseling in different places versus behind four walls. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Nice. Nice. If I'm not being sexually satisfied, I.
voice it.
Hmm. Good. Nice. Communication, people. Communication. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That's it. What I'm asking for more of is.
What I'm asking for more of, um, I don't know. It's probably more time, and but that's something. Yeah, it's limited.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably more time is what I'm asking more for. I need to travel more. I really want to travel more.
Have you? Where do you want to go?
To Europe is kind of where
Oh,
I really. Oh yes.
nice, 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 nice. All right, now well, we hoping that you're gonna be traveling over
Yes.
to
Yes.
Europe soon. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Definitely.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you for answering those.
Oh, you're welcome.
I want to ask you, how do you maintain good mental health and self care?
So, for me, I have to self care is very important, especially as what I do because I deal with a lot of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
So, me, play is really important. So, I have a date that I dedicate, but I do Zumba. I do
Okay.
improv with, yeah, 2 times a week. We dance. I take dance classes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm also very spiritual, so I go to church and serve in church.
Nice.
My partner JP meditates a lot, so we're at the temple meditating. So I
Mm,
think all those things have helped,
mm.
to go inward, to go up with the higher power, and to actually do some playing and laughing.
Nice, 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 nice. That's great. That's great. I have a question from one of my I don't want to say fans, but one of the listeners, about masturbation.
Yes.
And they are a female, and they have said that if, as a woman, if you don't know how to please yourself, you are not able to receive or be pleased by anyone else. I wanted to ask you your opinion about masturbation and that comment as well. Do you agree with that? What she said?
Well, yes, kind of what I said earlier. If you don't know how that self intimacy
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of knowing your own body and what turns you on. And so masturbation does help you figure out, especially different positions, different stimulants in the sense of whether, because I do also when I teach couples, I teach them about sensate focus. But the different stimulants in the sense of whether hard touch, soft touch, feathers, leather, all of that stuff. How does it react for you?
Hmm.
Um, One thing with masturbation, especially if you have a partner and you guys have that good communication, it also can be a lesson in some aspect
Hmm.
where you teach your partner what feels good for you.
I think that's huge. I think that's
Yes.
really, really important that they know what you like and what you don't like. And, you know, some people, because of their religion, are really feeling that masturbation is something that is not, that does not coincide with their religion. So that's why it's something that they're not doing. So, but then that leaves them feeling that they're not able to really please themselves because they're stopped at this point. What do you say about that?
So, as a therapist, I really do try to work within a person's worldview, is what we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if that's their belief system, I'm not going to force masturbation on them,
Mm-hmm.
of course, because that's how they see the world. Yeah, but I will encourage them to still explore their body in the sense of where parts are and that kind of stuff. To
Mm-hmm.
maybe read about things.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and to provide where they both could read about things and to try to work through or work on a certain spot or whatever together as a team.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
that yeah.
Okay, I would have never thought of that. Oh,
Yes.
nice. And what's your opinion about sex toys? Are they good? Do you recommend them? Do you feel like,
No, I do recommend them. Of course, it depends on I could say the worldview of a couple. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I like sex toys, but not all my couples do.
Mm-hmm.
And I come from a Christian, and I'm also Catholic, so I see a variety of different type of things. But yes, but sex toys can make it more playful,
Mm-hmm.
and you can try something. If it doesn't do anything for you, then try something else. But it just makes it playful, and even if you try it and you mess it up, and you guys laugh about it, the humor, but it can actually help stimulate.
Mm.
And sex toys, I know for some people they think about it as competition in some aspect. Oh my God, yeah. But it shouldn't be used like it shouldn't. You don't look at it that way. This is just a way of playing.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for breaking that down. Yeah.
Yes.
Some people are just a little afraid to try or feel like, oh, I'm a freak if I'm playing with the toys. And it's like, I
Yeah.
think that it's exploring and,
Yeah.
having an exploration gives us a chance to learn a little bit more about what we like and what we don't like,
Right. I mean, it's like what came in mind was just jump roping.
Hmm.
That jump rope was a toy, but the two people that are playing it, or I guess maybe it takes three. Yeah, just having fun, and that's okay too.
Yes, right, right. That's so funny. Can I ask you, do you have any final thoughts for our listeners?
Um, no, one of the things that I think you asked me recently, I forgot what the question was. But I would just want to continue to say for people not to put themselves down. We all make mistakes. And when I make a mistake every day. I just say to myself, I'm a work in progress, and I keep moving. I don't sit there and judge myself and any of that kind of stuff. Because when you're truly intimate and if you're truly in the present moment, you will have less anxiety and less depression.
Mm.
So it does impact your mental health. And even good sexual intimacy really does help. Because when you're anxious, you're like overwhelmed, and many times you need a release. So good physical sex intimacy helps with that. Or if you're depressed, you need the good hormones to,
help boost you up.
Yeah. So good sexual intimacy, of course, with the right person can help improve your mental health also.
Well, I wouldn't have even thought about that. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, reason to have more good sex, people. Keep our minds right. Our hearts full and our minds right. Yes. I like to ask this final question to all our guests. Is your glass half empty or half full?
Oh, mine is definitely half full, or even more than half full. Yes, I love. It's because it's the law of attraction. What you put out there, you get back. So you should be thinking for the best.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
I love that. Yes, I love the answer. Everybody's got some fire answer for it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Can you tell everyone how they can reach you if they're interested to find out more about you, about your books and the vacation counseling, if they're interested to do the vacation counseling in Florida or Costa Rica? Tell us, how can we find you, Dr. April?
Yeah, so it's quite simple. My name's Dr. April Brown. So you can just go online, you can Google it or go to my website at Dr. April, just spelled like the month, April, Brown, like the color.com. draprilbrown.com. I'm also known as the Doctor of Intimacy, so you can do that, Google that, and the website there, doctorintimacy.com. But yeah, all my stuff is there, and it'll lead you to the other websites and stuff. So it's been a pleasure, Chris.
Oh, thank you so much for taking some time out to be a guest here on Glass Half Full. We have had an awesome interview today. You gave us so many good nuggets of information. And, like you say, sex is a little taboo. So for you as a woman, educated woman, Black woman, to come and really shed some light in this area is so extra awesome. It's really so great. And I love the mission that you're on and helping change couples and improving people's lives. It's huge. It's huge. And all of the things that you're doing, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just great. We're excited to see what's going to be happening in the next few years and see what's going to be happening. You might be speaking in Europe. So, right? You say you want to go there. It might,
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so God work it out for you so you can go ahead on and just share your message, continuing to do your work. So thank you so much for today and all the information that you shared with us.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me on this show. You're a great host, and I really appreciate being here.
Oh, thank you so much. You have an awesome morning.
Okay, same to you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And thank you to all our listeners listening in to another episode of Glass Half Full, a podcast and a safe platform for everyone to share their life experiences. Once again, I'm your host, Chris Levins. Please subscribe, follow, and rate this podcast on Apple Music and Spotify and YouTube for more learning experiences. Until next time, know you are blessed. See ya!